Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another video. Yeah, two uploads in the space of a few hours. But guys, there has been some breaking news. Chelsea have agreed a deal with Brighton for Spanish goalkeeper Robert Sanchez. But before I get into those details, guys, make sure you smash a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. When we get to 5K, we're going to be giving away a Chelsea training top like the one that I am wearing. So it's been with a chance of winning. Make sure you subscribe. The quicker we get to 5K, the quicker that giveaway will take place. But let's dive into this breaking news this Thursday lunchtime then. And Chelsea's goalkeeping situation, which has needed to be sorted out, appears to now be sorted. David Ornstein first bringing the news that Brighton and Chelsea have agreed a deal for goalkeeper Robert Sanchez. The Spanish international expected to undergo his medical imminently. Chelsea have been targeting the 25-year-old as competition for Kepa following Edouard Mendy's departure. Now, of course, there were no details in Ornstein's article as to what the fee was, length of contract, all that sort of things. But subsequently, Fabrizio Romano has given a few more details, a bit more flesh on the bones to this deal, people. So here we have it. Chelsea have agreed a fee of around £20 million fixed for Sanchez, and it includes add-ons which could take it to a £25 million package. A long-term deal has verbally been agreed, so obviously it looks like they're going to be doing one of them death row contracts again, who always wanted to join Chelsea. Caicedo talks continue in a separate deal, and it now means that Slanina will leave on loan. So let's dive into this then, guys. Robert Sanchez, 25-year-old Spanish international, had fallen out of favour at Brighton, and contrary to sort of popular belief and what you may or may not read, he wasn't dropped for footballing reasons. There was a clear falling out with De Zerbi. He was replaced by Jason Steele. Brighton have subsequently signed Bart Verbruggen, the very talented Belgian goalkeeper. So Sanchez is clearly surplus to requirements. Now, this doesn't mean that he's not a good goalkeeper. I think if you look at Robert Sanchez, it's not the exciting goalkeeping signing that we all wanted this summer to as an upgrade and to replace Kepa. Chelsea, we know that we need to upgrade the goalkeeper. We've always been blessed with good goalkeepers, Cech, Courtois, etc. Kepa, has done a decent job for the club, but ultimately, if you want to get back to where we are and contending as a top team for the big prizes, he isn't good enough. So it's clear that we do need to move him on. But obviously, the club this summer have looked at it, and they've decided they don't want to bring another number one in. They don't want two goal. It's not about not being able to afford it. It's because they don't want two goalkeepers on first team wages. Kepa's wages are massive, which has been part of the reason why we aren't able to get rid of him. So we've looked at bringing in someone who can provide competition and be a capable backup. And I think Robert Sanchez ticks those boxes. It's what Chelsea have said they wanted to do all along in the market. It's a smart signing and it's a cheap signing, almost opportunistic, as it were, taking advantage of an easy situation at Brighton to get a player off their hands that they don't want. Now, Sanchez actually is a decent goalkeeper. 25 is a good age, in my opinion. He's got great years ahead of him, and he's already proven that he can be a top keeper in the Premier League. He was a mainstay under Graham Potter in the Brighton lineup, one of the best goalkeepers in the league. I don't think that's a ridiculous thing to be saying. And, he even proved in the FA Cup semi-final at Wembley last season, Brighton against Man United, that, he can still perform at a very good level. Clearly, goalkeeping coach Ben Roberts was a big driving force behind this move. Obviously, coached him at Brighton, so, is clearly a big fan of the player. And I think Sanchez is someone that we can expect to provide competition for Kepa. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if later on in the season that maybe even Sanchez ends up replacing Kepa. I think Sanchez is good enough, and I think you'll look at the plan, and the plan for me next season, I think, will be to sell Kepa with 2 years left on his contract, as this ownership have been looking to do. He's not going to be offered a new one, and then Chelsea will look to spend big on a new number one keeper with Sanchez as a number two. That is what I would expect to happen, but you just never know. You just never know with this club. You really don't. But I think it's a decent signing. I think it's a decent signing. Look, it's not exciting, but it's one that ticks off that goalkeeping box. It's another signing through the door that we needed. Look, it wasn't my first choice, but at the very least, he's going to provide decent competition for Kepa. And let's hope that Ben Roberts, Tony Jimenez, the goalkeeping coaches, etc., can get Sanchez back to form, get him back to playing his best football. The fact that I think Brighton have done good business. But just a quick one on Robert Sanchez's record against Chelsea. Sorry, 5 games, 2 wins, 3 draws, and no losses. He's conceded 4 goals and kept 1 clean sheet. So Sanchez actually never lost against Chelsea in 5 games. But look, I can't pretend that I'm not disappointed that the club haven't gone out and signed another first team keeper to replace Kepa. Of course, it's a real shame that that hasn't happened. I think it's something we needed to do. But ultimately, if signing a goalkeeper like Sanchez for 20, 25 million pounds means that we can commit more funds to Caicedo, we can bring in someone like Mohamed Kudus or whatever, then I'm all for it. And I think it's clear that, next summer we absolutely will have to go for a top class goalkeeper. I think there were ones out there. The goalkeeping market is not amazing, but there are some top keepers available, the likes of Mike Maignan, etc. I would have taken. Andre Onana. It's a shame that that didn't happen. But look, Sanchez looks set to have a long-term future at Chelsea, whether as a number 1 or a number 2. And, Kepa will start this season as number 1. But I expect Sanchez to replace him at some point during the season. I feel that, he is good enough to do that. So let's wait and see how he does. Let's not knock him, before he's even got through the door. I'm going to fully back him like I back every Chelsea player that signs for the club until they give me reason not to. So yeah, look, it's not the most exciting, as I said, but Chelsea have got their goalkeeping signing through the door, which can be seen as a positive, I suppose. That a deal's done in an area that needs to be addressed. Obviously, not to everyone's liking, of course, but I think it's a smart signing. I think it's a cheap signing as far as goalkeepers go. You could argue, well, you spend an extra 20 million, you get Andre Onana. And I fully on board with that argument. But clearly, the club decided that they didn't want to have 2 goalkeepers on first team wages, so we have to settle for this and hope that next summer is when the big goalkeeping replacement comes in. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts on the Robert Sanchez signing? Do you see him displacing Kepa as number 1 this season? And do you think it's a good signing for Chelsea? 20 rising to 25 million pounds, 25 years old. It's got his best years ahead of him. He's already proven can be a very good goalkeeper. I think there's very few downsides to this deal, and let's wait and see how it pans out. But yeah, guys, that's just my reaction to the breaking news this lunchtime that Chelsea have agreed a deal with Brighton for goalkeeper Robert Sanchez. As I said, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash a like. Make sure you subscribe if you're new around here. At 5K, there'll be a Chelsea training top giveaway like the one that I am wearing here. So the quicker we get there, the quicker you've got your hands to get you've got to get your hands on one of these. So please do hit that subscribe button. Anyway, guys, I'll catch you again in another video soon. Take care. Up the Chelsea and peace out, people.